100 million leftover women are in despair as the simp economy collapses. Today's video comes from the China Unvarnished channel. Their channel will be linked in the description of the video so that you can go check them out and support them. Watch to the end of the video to fully understand the implications of the collapse of the simp economy and what that means for women in society going forward. Don't forget to follow us on Rumble. You never know what can happen on this platform, so go ahead and follow us over there. Our Rumble is linked in the description of the video. And now let's just go ahead and jump right into the video after a message from Angry's Crypto Academy. So you guys never really know what's going to happen anymore. You know, the financial system is teetering on the edge. ATMs could freeze and the banks might shut their doors. Your wealth is in jeopardy. Discover how to safeguard your assets with crypto at Angry's Crypto Academy. You'll learn to buy, sell, trade, and invest in the most secure coins. Plus, discover the dark horse crypto that virtually no one is talking about, which will mint you millionaires in the upcoming bull run. Click the link in the description below to find out what this crypto is and join the academy. Today, we have a sale going through the weekend, 75% off, so go and check that out. And now let's just go ahead and jump right into the video.
Brothers, why do men look for a wife? Why do men chase after women? Are you so rich that you have no place to waste your money? Do you want to be a big fool? Does your family need another ancestor? Don't think that just because you're married and got a marriage certificate, she's your wife now. If you can't make money, won't your wife just divorce you? Why not keep the money for yourself and save for your own retirement? Isn't that better? Brothers, men should eat well, drink well, and save money for their own retirement. This is the smartest choice.
所谓的这个舔狗经济崩盘了。
Valentine's Day as a simp, crying on the way out. This year's Valentine's Day is a bit different from the past, especially for those simp guys who used to work hard to please their girlfriends on this day. Have you noticed that the atmosphere of Valentine's Day has changed this year? In the past, you'd casually see people everywhere telling you what gifts to buy for your girlfriend, what surprises to give her, and even businesses would repeatedly remind you, Valentine's Day is here, hurry up and buy a gift for her. But this year, the trend is clearly different. You can see many men online saying, if I have money, I'll spend it on myself, why should I buy things for others? Isn't it more fun to spend money on myself? Some netizens are even more direct, joking, if I buy a 50 yuan cigarette, people will think it's a good cigarette. But if I buy a 50 yuan gift for a girl, I wouldn't even be worthy of being a dog. Others are even more blunt, saying, if I give a 5,000 yuan gift, people will laugh at me and call me a simp, but if I spend that 5,000 yuan treating my brothers to food and drinks, they might call me Big Brother Da. All of this directly expresses one fact. Valentine's Day is no longer a holiday for men to please women, and more men are realizing that spending money on themselves is more practical than anything else. Now, it seems that society's attitude toward holiday spending is changing, especially with one point being different from the past. Valentine's Day, like many other holidays, used to be a time when businesses constantly pushed men to buy gifts for women, and women's consumer demands once dominated. Especially on these holidays, women were always regarded as the main consumers, and their economic dominance forced men to pay for them. However, a recent survey by an organization shows that men's purchasing power is also rapidly increasing. Especially in online shopping, men's spending is no longer limited to low-priced items, and the proportion of men spending over 1,000 yuan online has clearly risen, almost reaching 70%. What's even more remarkable is that men are showing an unprecedented increase in spending in areas that were originally considered women's strongholds, such as fashion and clothing, even surpassing women's growth rate. Not to mention, in major purchases like cars, computers, and phones, men's spending has been rising year by year. In the past, people would often joke about the order of family spending, roughly, women, children, dogs, men. But now, this humorous saying seems no longer applicable. In fact, many men today are no longer last in line for family spending. They have begun to spend money on themselves, pursuing the lifestyle they want and breaking free from the role of solely consuming for others. So, I wish you all a happy Valentine's Day and hope your love lasts long and strong.
今年的情人节真的是异常的安静啊。
This year, the atmosphere around Valentine's Day is unusually quiet, completely different from previous years. In the past, as Valentine's Day approached, various promotional activities would begin several weeks in advance. Advertisements from businesses would bombard us constantly, with scenes like, best gift for your girlfriend this Valentine's Day. everywhere, and it seemed like everyone was actively pushing consumption. But this year, the atmosphere around Valentine's Day is completely calm, with almost no buzz. To be honest, I think these businesses and capitalists deserve it. Looking back, they've been pursuing short-term gains, focusing on immediate effects. Every year as Valentine's Day approaches, businesses rally public opinion, pushing men to the forefront of the gift-giving frenzy, making every holiday almost about buying gifts, as if failing to buy gifts is a crime against your girlfriend. Especially for men, who are forced to endure this holiday shopping pressure. There's almost no holiday where men aren't expected to buy gifts for women. Seemingly harmless consumer guidance is actually a form of moral coercion. However, the real issue lies not in the financial burden caused by gift-giving, but in the double standards of capital. Have you noticed that businesses are always eager to encourage men to buy gifts for women, but how many businesses dare to promote women buying gifts for men? This one-way giving model is clearly unhealthy. A truly healthy relationship should involve mutual effort and shared contribution. Only in this way can the relationship economy achieve sustainable development. However, capital continuously pushes for one-sided contributions, which is a typical example of the simp economy. This economic model is all about exploiting men for short-term gains, completely ignoring the possibility of long-term development. Behind this phenomenon is the short-sightedness of capitalists, who are only interested in draining men's wallets, even treating them like leeks to be harvested. Now, with the economy declining and people facing increased pressure in life, men are waking up. They no longer want to be brainless suckers, unwilling to blindly spend money buying gifts for women. In contrast, men are more willing to spend their money on themselves, like purchasing a high-performance 4090 graphics card. The visuals when playing 4K games are so beautiful they can be intoxicating, much more pleasant to the eyes than some women's moods. Spending your own money on yourself makes life much better and more comfortable. The impact of the old, one-sided simp economy on men goes beyond their reluctance to buy gifts for women. More seriously, men have accumulated a lot of resentment, and this resentment has subtly intensified the gender divide. Everyone is busy accusing and complaining about each other, which has led to fewer and fewer people getting into relationships. Don't even mention the simp economy anymore. Normal couple-related consumption has also been severely impacted. Now, the market related to couples has collapsed entirely. In the past, couples' relationships drove the shopping festivals, but now, not only have capitalists lost their market, they've also made men and women more divided.
昨天有个男士问我啊，说凭什么娶老婆要男人花钱？
A man asked me a question yesterday. He said, "Why does the man have to spend money when he gets married? Why does the man have to give his earnings to his wife?" I gave him a simple answer. Why? Of course, it's because you're a man, because you're a male animal. If you really don't understand, just look at the birds around you, and you'll get it. Let me tell you what it means to be male. The basic traits of male animals are strength, responsibility, protection, taking initiative, and bearing weight. As a male animal, if you don't even possess these basic attributes, then how can you conquer a female? As a male intelligent creature, if you're unwilling to shoulder even the most basic responsibilities, then you don't deserve to talk about marriage. You should first understand the basic qualities a male creature should have, and only then should you discuss these issues. In other words, as a man, you should first establish that image of being strong and upright, and then talk about everything else. Ultimately, this question really doesn't have any reasonable argument. It's innate, it's a natural attribute, it's inherent in our nature. This rule exists universally in the animal kingdom. Take a look, a male lion hunts for his wife and children. A male tiger not only provides food for his family, but also stays by their side.
Here's the absolute nonsense. The male is the king of the jungle. When it comes to the male lion actually spends most of his time laying around and chilling and relaxing. The females are the ones who actually do the hunting. And then after they do the hunting, the man then comes and gets his cut. He eats before everyone else. And then the children, they pick at what's left, and then the female lion, they can eat afterwards. But the male eats first, but it's the women. It's actually the females who go and do this type of labor. If we want to go into the, when it comes to When it comes to, for example, bees, to my understanding, it's actually females who do the actual work, and the male are just basically there to reproduce with the queen. The points that they're trying to make are absolutely ridiculous. The simps are pissed off now because men are walking away and realize that it's an absolute bad deal. And there's this notion that for you to be dominant, this is nonsense. For you to be masculine, that means that you have to have lots of resources and shower a woman with lots of gifts and lots of resources. That's stupidity. That's absolute stupidity and absolute nonsense. That's how you go broke and lose your ability to survive. So this is basically feminized, a feminized way of thinking. A man has to understand how to manage resources. A man has to understand how to budget. The female in the relationship is supposed to submit to the male and accept what the male provides to her. It's the job of the male to provide her with food, shelter, clothing, and protection. But that does not mean that he is going to provide her with a life of luxury, nor is he going to continuously compete just based on the way that she looks solely. She needs to bring utility and value to the actual relationship. In today's society, when it comes to makeup, on top of that, a woman can also mask the way that she actually looks. Most of these women today that are called beautiful women traditionally would not be called beautiful women. The reason why I say this is because women today wear more makeup than ever before. You can look at the 1950s compared to modern day society, and it's literally like night and day when you look at women. Something started in the early 1900s. This was started by the cosmetics industry, and they came out with a saying that there's no such thing as an ugly woman, just a woman who doesn't know how to apply makeup. The makeup industry, the cosmetics industry, has profited off turning women, the average woman, into something that she really is not, and forcing men to, basically give in to all of her demands, or else he will be slandered and shamed by society. Men are, we've hit an extraordinary economic slump right now. It's more than economic slump. Hard times are here. Hard times are absolutely here. The banks are going to chain up the doors. The ATMs are going to stop working. The only way people are going to be able to protect their savings is with crypto. And most women don't know how to invest in crypto. Anger's Crypto Academy actually teaches you how to buy, sell, trade, and invest in crypto. It will tell you exactly which coins will mint you millionaires and how to spot potential coins to invest in. So don't miss out on the opportunity. The academy is linked in the description of the video if you want to go check that out. Also, guys, pretty much anyone can see that the U.S. is absolutely cooked at this point, as are most Western countries, and you need to have a game plan right now for survival. Crypto is one incredible strategy, but at the same time, you can also check out the Angry Guys Clubhouse. Here we empower men with smart strategies to start an online business with little to no investment, master finances, generate passive income, thrive as expats, and create income streams while traveling. So you can join us for invaluable insights and actionable tips to transform your life. You can click the link in the description of the video below to check out the clubhouse and start your journey today. I mean, guys, modern society has nothing left to offer men. Even right now, while I believe in purpose, while I believe in passion, I also believe you have to go and get your money. And I believe that a lot of, I've come to the realization that you should not be chasing passion at this point. Can passion make you money? Absolutely. But if you're not in a good financial place, do not chase passion. Like, let's listen to Uncle Angry. If you are a broke boy, a lot of you are broke boys, do not chase passion. You better be out there chasing money right now. You better be out there getting your money right now. You better be out there building up something and having at least a couple $1,000s in the bank. I have thousands of dollars on hand in my home. I have thousands of dollars in the bank. I've got lots of money in the bank, and then I also have most of my assets in cryptocurrency. I'm not playing games. I'm not playing games like some of you fools. I'm calling y'all fools because I hear from some of you who are like, yeah, Angry, yeah, Uncle Angry, I'm facing homelessness. Multiple of you guys are reaching out to me telling me how bad, like the horrible financial state that you are in. Okay, like you are like facing, like you're facing homelessness, and like you only have a couple of months, and there's so many of you that are reaching out to me now telling me this, and it's like, what is wrong with you? Like, how foolish do you have to be? And you think it's a game? Homelessness is not a game. Homelessness is not a game. All right. So, guys, we're going to have 100 million leftover homeless women. These women are going to be homeless. Many of them cannot return to their parents. This is a global situation in the United States and other westernized countries. All of these women are facing homelessness. Their parents cannot subsidize their living. They're going to be on the streets. But here's the thing: in the end, most countries, they're going to follow the lead of the United States, and they're not, especially like China. They're not going to allow them to cover the streets. They're going to pick them up and put them in tent cities, and the conditions in tent cities are horrible. A lot of people, when they go into tent city, they will not survive in tent city. And the thing is, once you go into tent city, you typically don't come back out of tent city, at least not the way that you went in. In fact, you may never come out ever. You're like, well, angry, they have to bring you out if you pass away. Not if they have a proper, not if they have, for example, a setup in there that can, to basically, let's say, ashes to ashes things. In other words, they might say, well, you know what? Because there's always going to be things that are breaking out in these places. There's infectious disease. All people are getting sick, TB, all this stuff. So what they're going to do is they're going to have a plan. So instead of allowing like any illnesses that can break out in a tent city to get into the general population, they'll probably have like a thing set up, like a crematorium set up, where they can basically just dispose of things that way and prevent disease, which is smart. But I mean, like, do you really want to end up in that situation? Many of you think that it's a game too. You're like, oh well, I'll just pass away. No, bro. There's a there's a lot of pain and suffering that you will go through before you finally leave this realm. It's like I just have to kind of red pill you on that. You're not going to get out of here that easy. You will suffer a lot before you finally pass, and it can take decades sometimes. It could take years, it could take decades of suffering. You don't want to be in tent city for decades. This is going to be the normal trend, and the tent cities are not unconstitutional. All right. Tyrone tent cities are in China, Hung Lo tent cities, and Hung Lo is the king of tent cities. Hung Lo is the king of tent city, and he's not playing around. When Hung Lo wants to eat, he's going to eat. When he wants to sleep, he's going to sleep. When he's thirsty, he's going to drink. Or when he wants some loving, he's going to get some loving, because Hung Lo is the king of tent city, and he's going to rule tent city with an iron fist. This is not a game. Like, literally, hard times are here. Modern women are facing downright homelessness and despair. All right. And the rest of the world, women in other countries that have not had feminism seep into their society and take hold of their society like the way it did in the United States and westernized countries like China, they're going to look on and they're going to say, how did women in these countries end up in this terrible condition and these extraordinary states of poverty and destitution? While so many men, while there are no jobs anymore and everything's going downhill, all of these men are getting wealthier. All of these men are still buying video games. They're spending more. Guys, even though PlayStation is like gone woke and putting out crap, they're reporting record profits right now. Record profits. The PlayStation 5 is actually selling faster than the PlayStation 4, despite it costing a lot more. Why is this happening? The games are now $70 a pop. Why is this happening? It's quite simple. Because despite everything, men have a lot more disposable income. Men are not getting married. Men are not having children. Men are not going on dates. Men don't have girlfriends anymore. Men have no interest in women. Okay, and they're playing They're playing games. They're playing games where dating simulators are. Some of them, a lot of men are losing complete interest in women. And there's a lot of fools in my comments who will say that's a lie. Most men still want a wife in a relationship, but we can't have one and blah. No, a lot of men do not want a relationship anymore. A lot of men, their brains are changing to the point where they have zero interest in a modern woman, zero interest in a woman, period. Even if women were sweet and kind and loving again, for a lot of men, they don't want the idea of having to have a wife, having to take care of children, You know, it means nothing to them. They don't want those things. They want to live peaceful lives, calm lives. Even if they could have a good woman, they're not taking the chance, nor do they want it anymore. And there's a lot of you simps who will go, well, you're not a real man. A real man wants a wife and a child, and he wants to provide value to society. You're not a man. You're not an actual man. That's how the simps operate. That's how these simps think, and that's how women are going to attack men as well. And they don't seem to comprehend that it's because you spent all of your time attacking men and shaming men why now you're facing Tyrone Tent City, why you're now facing, Hung Low Tent City. You know, it's a miserable situation, and they brought themselves to this point. The simp economy is collapsing globally. All right, and first off, the simp economy is moving overseas, but the simp economy in general is collapsing. Men are no longer, the average man is no longer trying to make a woman happy. He's not going to waste his money on modern women. Men don't want to be punished in relationships anymore, treated poorly anymore, gaslit anymore. Men understand that women have multiple dudes out there on the side. Marriage is a joke. You're just giving her a foundation from which she can cheat on you. All right. Now that she has the marriage, she can use that as a foundation to build her life off you, to go out and do whatever the hell she wants to do while you're responsible for everything. And then you get very limited access to physical intimacy, if any at all. This is why men are like, no, I'm happier staying by myself, developing a relationship with the Lord Jesus Christ, playing video games and just relaxing and living a simple life of luxury and comfort. That's the reason why over 30 million men have dropped out of the workforce. All right, it's really now between 35 and 40 million, about 40 million men, maybe a little bit more than that, have completely dropped out of the workforce in the United States, and it's only going to accelerate in the coming years. Because a lot of the millennial guys, a lot of the Gen X guys are going to drop those jobs. They're going to walk. You're going to see a lot of men leaving their wives as well, saying, yeah, it's been real. It's been real, but I've got to go. You think it's a game? Nope. You're going to see a lot of Gen Xers, older millennials saying, even some of the middle age, mid-generation millennials, like, 35-year-olds, like, yeah, they'll say it, like, it's been real, but I've got to go. It's time to go. It's time to go. And, you're just not a part of that plan. And especially with a lot of men now investing in crypto, and they're not going to work anymore because crypto is going to become the backbone of the global economy. So basically you just invest in crypto and you just watch, and, you watch your assets grow. They're not even going forward. A lot of men will no longer be selling crypto. They'll day trade crypto and they can make a living off day trading cryptocurrency. We actually have the crypto day trading blueprint inscription. We actually have the crypto day trading blueprint for dummies located in Angry's Crypto Academy, where we will teach you how to day trade cryptocurrency and make easily $100 a day trading small amounts. You could replace your entire job, just working an hour a day trading crypto. And it's so simple that even a fifth grader can do it. But this is really where things, a lot of men won't even be selling crypto. They'll just be living off the interest from their crypto, because companies will be paying for custody of those coins, just to have custody of your coins. And I've already talked about a specific cryptocurrency where if you just need to have one of these coins in the long term, and this is going to be extremely massive. This is basically the coin that is going to rival Bitcoin, and it's extremely undervalued right now, because what's happening is a lot of countries, a lot of states are now looking to diversify, create strategic crypto reserves, but they're looking at other coins. And there's one specific coin it's actually much faster. It was designed to be faster than Bitcoin. It is a very limited supply. It's been around for almost as long as Bitcoin. I've talked about this plenty of times. And if you want to find out which coin this is, you can actually go and click the link in the description of the video to go and find out what coin this is and to invest in this coin, because it's very, very important for you guys to go out and start getting involved in crypto and start building up your business. Because building a business for yourself, you can learn how to do that in the Angry Guy Clubhouse, or learning how to invest in crypto, which cryptos to invest in and go forward. Because guys, it's over. There's no more free money. All of these countries, what you're seeing in Argentina right now, where they said we are broke, there's no more money. And look at the United States. What you're seeing now is we are broke, there is no more money. The boomers have pushed us at over 35. We have over 35. I think it's $36 trillion in debt right now because of the baby boomers and their parents. It was the baby boomers and their parents, the silent generation, that ran up the debt and to pay for everything, specifically the boomers. All right. It started with the silent generation and in the 1980s, and then the baby boomers just took it and they ran wild with it. And of course, you can't trust anything the boomers have said. And I've made it clear that I'm going to make it like my lifelong mission to put the boomers on blast and tell you just how bad they were and all the awful things that they did. Look at, they destroyed the education system. They took shop out. They took home economics out. They took out common sense and reasoning. They took out phonetics. Okay, they took God out. They took out the Pledge of Allegiance. They did this. No one else did this. They did this. All right. And they replaced it with all this rainbow stuff and anti-American woke garbage. This was all the baby boomers. This is their legacy, a legacy of this degeneracy and destruction. So they need to be called out. We need to talk about what they've done. We need to put them on blast. We need to hold them accountable because, you know, they hold 80% of the stock market, half of all the real estate, and they are wealthier than every generation to ever live. They are wealthier than every generation to ever live in the history of the world. They're the wealthiest group of people in the history of humanity in 200,000 years. They are wealthier than the wealthiest people in the Roman Empire. And think about this very carefully. They're wealthier than people were during the peak of the Roman Empire when the average Roman citizen did not have to work. Okay? How insane is that? They are far wealthier than that, the average baby boomer. So that should just basically tell you how horrible things absolutely are. They turned their children into their SLAVEs. They stole our futures while we were in diapers, and now they're trying to claim that they are victims, the crybaby boomers, the same boomers that put hands on us when we were little, the same boomers that hurt us, that stole from us, all right, that destroyed our lives. These people, now they want to turn around and they're still doing it. Okay, the same people that are saying that they want to die with nothing, and they're joining the die with zero movement, where they will die with nothing in their checking accounts, and they would rather give their money to their caregivers than to their children. It's like, bro, use your heads for once and understand these people never liked us. The baby boomers never liked us. Once upon a time, they never liked us. They did not like us. They did not want us. And we are playing, and we've been, playing along. And they're the idiots in the comments who are like, "Oh, my parents loved me, and they're just human beings." No, no, no. They're scum. They're crooks. They're crooks. These are horrible people. These are despicable people, and they have to be held accountable for what they've done. You should be getting your money, and they're going to be jumping into crypto, guys. Listen to me. That's why it's going to be the greatest transfer of wealth the history of the world, when the baby boomers start jumping into crypto, buying crypto ETFs, and we're basically able to take a lot of that money away from them because they've destroyed the cash economy. So now they have to move away from the cash economy to the crypto economy, and the crypto economy is a young man's game. All right, you think that it's a joke? Why is BlackRock, the company that creates all of these problems in the world, holding $50 billion in Bitcoin? That should tell you exactly where things are headed right now. They've already planned a long time ago for the collapse of the dollar, and the boomers are going to be rushing in to get access to crypto specifically through crypto ETFs. And BlackRock is also going to begin acquiring. Trust me, they're going to begin acquiring other large amounts of other coins, specifically the coin that I've been preaching to you about. They're gonna, as soon as it starts to really take off, because right now they don't want to be sitting on a massive reserve of it at the current bargain price that it's at. But as people begin rushing into it, they're going to begin diversifying and buying into it. And when they buy into it, guys, holy cow, then that's when you're really going to see it going up to $100,000 a coin. Right now, you can get one for less than $200. All right. But that's when you're going to see this coin heading up to $100,000 a coin. I'm sitting on a mountain load of these coins, and I talk about them in the comments, which coin this actually is. I talk about it in the Crypto Academy, which coin this is, and you can find a link to the Crypto Academy in the description of the video. Let me ask you something. When the banks collapse, and trust me, it's coming, will you be ready? Imagine waking up to ATMs that don't work, bank doors chained shut, and millions of people left with nothing. No cash, no access to their savings, and no way to survive. But it doesn't have to be that way for you. That's why I created Angry's Crypto Academy, to teach you everything you need to know about crypto so you can protect yourself and your family. You'll learn how to buy, sell, and even day trade crypto for a living. Plus, we alert you to new crypto trends so you can profit before everyone else even knows what's happening. Right now, I've just published an exclusive investment guide inside the Academy, and it's linked in the description below. In it, I reveal the one coin that could make you a millionaire. A coin so revolutionary, it could change everything. If you missed out on Bitcoin and Ethereum, this is your second chance. This isn't just about financial freedom, it's about survival. When the system collapses and everyone else is selling, you'll be the one buying, prepared to weather the storm and thrive while others struggle to survive. Don't wait. This knowledge isn't optional, it's critical. The link's in the description. Go check it out now.
Them day and night. A male peacock dances and spreads its tail to attract a female peacock, all to win her favor. Some male birds will take over egg incubation from the female and even go out to hunt food for the female. A rooster will find food but won't eat it himself.
This is a simp right here. A rooster will find food but won't eat it himself. Guys, this is a simp right here, preaching the system of preaching sacrifice, that for you to, a man's job is to sacrifice so that he will have a legacy. Let me tell you something right now. A lot of these simps are benefiting off the pain and suffering. A lot of these men, what they do is they continue the cycle of simping because it gives them access to women and resources. These are men who have betrayed other men, betrayed masculinity, and betrayed humanity. And they basically say and tell women what they want to hear because they are gaining from it financially.
Instead, he calls the hens over to share the food. These examples are everywhere. If you truly want to know why things are like this, I can only tell you that you can ask the Creator or ask Heaven. I have no answer because that's how the Creator arranged things. If you still insist on asking,
that's how God arranged things for men to submit to women and to basically give them their resources and that's just how God made it. No, that's how the simps have structured it. Guys, do not trust these simps. That's why I say that if you stop the simps, a lot of the nonsense comes to an end because women cannot survive without men. All right. And everything that is happening because of the simps. If women do not have the support of men, then women have nothing at all. All right. And they basically have to either submit to men or they will basically find themselves being separated from men separating themselves. Look at what's happening with men in society right now, where 90% of men in the United States, 90% of men globally are now choosing to walk away from dating, marriage, relationships. They're not getting married. They're not having children. They're focusing on themselves. All right. A lot of these men are living the MGTOW lifestyle. Some of these men may go overseas and find a relationship overseas and become passport kings. But most men now have no interest in dating or relationships. And the thing about being a passport king is like, well, you're going overseas. Some men are going for peace. Other men are like going to find a woman. But so many guys, when they realize just how peaceful life is without having a woman in their life, and after what they've experienced with women in Western society and Westernized societies, they begin to feel like all women are like that. And it's like, why am I even going to go overseas to look for a woman? Why does a woman deserve my attention? That's like me putting her on a pedestal, like me having to go and court her and put effort into a relationship with her. And what is she doing for me? I'm the king. I'm the corporation. I'm the employer. She's supposed to be the employee. She's supposed to put on her best dress for me. She's supposed to create value for me. What is she doing for me? Why am I doing this? And men, they realize that women and men, we think differently. Our brains are wired differently. And women are always going to create havoc and chaos in a relationship. So why does a man want to put up with that? We've already lost so much of our lives. Why are we going to give the remainder of our lives to women in society? A group of people and a society that absolutely does not like us. Men are waking up and saying no more.
Caught up in these questions, then I can only tell you that you are not fit to be a male. I want to emphasize that even the smallest birds know that in life, nothing comes for free. Yet, as an intelligent being, you are still nitpicking over this issue.
See, they look, shame, insults, guilt, gaslighting because they need to be right. All right. This is. Do you hear? Do you hear these guys? Do you hear him? Look, Mr. Chan is losing a lot of money. Mr. Chan probably has a jewelry boutique. All right, and he's pissed off that these men aren't shopping his jewelry boutique anymore. So now he wants to lash out at men because men are done giving into the simp economy. Men are done keeping the simp economy afloat. And Mr. Chan, he can't afford his lifestyle anymore. He can't afford to go on those vacations anymore. He can't afford to, go and see those, those expensive ladies of the night anymore because these men don't want to spend money anymore. So now he's lashing out. Listen, Mr. Chan, if you want something, you need to go and work for it. Stop expecting other men to subsidize your living, little bro. All right? Stop expecting other men to subsidize your living. So, I understand little bro is upset because he was used to this type of lifestyle. He's accustomed to a certain kind of lifestyle. And now the simp economy has collapsed and he can't live that kind of life anymore, and he doesn't want to have to go back to doing manual labor, which is where he belongs. And and he's hurting. He's here crying on social media. But it's gonna be okay, little bro. It's gonna be okay, little bro. There's Tent City for you. There's Hung Lo Tent City for you. And again, Hung Lo is the king of Tent City. When he's hungry, he's going to eat. When he's thirsty, he's going to drink. When Hung Lo wants some loving, he's going to get some loving because Hung Lo is the king of Tent City and he's going to rule Tent City with an iron fist.
Which is truly unbelievable to me. Perhaps some of us, our peers, should reflect on where things went wrong in this regard.
This year's Valentine's Day atmosphere is completely different from previous years. There is a clear trend of indifference, and we can even say that the simp economy is facing a collapse. Although our restaurant reservations are fully booked, most of the bookings are for birthdays and anniversaries, not for Valentine's Day itself. In the past, as Valentine's Day approached, florists, party planners, and other businesses in our friend circles would be constantly promoting Valentine's Day-related products and services. Their advertising copy would always focus on how to please women, how to surprise them, and how to make them happy. However, this year things are quieter, and we hardly see the usual fervent promotions. I've noticed that many young people, especially men, are no longer interested in Valentine's Day. Many men have already begun to wake up. They feel that no matter how much they spend on women, it doesn't necessarily lead to true affection. In fact, it may even hurt them and cost them more. So they have started changing their mindset, deciding it's better to spend that money on pleasing themselves and doing things they enjoy. This shift has led to a significant rise in sales in industries like esports and trendy toys, which, in a way, is a good thing. From a young age, we men have been taught that it's our responsibility and duty to actively spend money on women. As a result, this mentality has weighed heavily on men. Meanwhile, some businesses have been relentlessly instilling the wrong ideas in women, such as the belief that if a man doesn't spend money on you, it means he doesn't love you. This has led many women to have a distorted understanding of love and relationships. A few days ago, I saw an advertisement from a brand for a Valentine's Day gift box. Beneath it, there was a highly praised comment from a man. He said, "If my girlfriend is willing to buy me a BMW, I will buy her 10 sets of this gift box." I don't think these businesses ever anticipated that, after years of marketing, the simp economy would suddenly collapse.
不要当舔狗，自己感动自己，差不多就行了。
Don't be a simp, don't end up just moving yourself. That's pretty much all you need to know. As someone with experience, today I want to warn those guys who might still be stuck in the simp mindset. These words might be harsh, but I'm really trying to help you grow. First of all, any man with even a little bit of charm can never be a simp in a relationship between a man and a woman, because the conditions simply do not allow you to be in such a submissive position. Do you know what? Women subconsciously tend to like those who make them look up to them. Even if the guy is not particularly outstanding in every aspect, As long as he can evoke enough admiration, many women will treat him as an unattainable figure. Beautiful women are indeed liked by everyone, and they're not short of admirers. But as a simp among them, you're just the most annoying one of all the troublesome simps. Even those seemingly unattainable beauties also have people they can't win over, and in their eyes, in front of certain outstanding men, they too feel humble. In conclusion, begging others or humbling yourself to please them will never bring you any benefit. What you should really do is remain calm and treat people with grace. Don't spend your days sending a woman messages like, "Did you eat? What are you doing? What time are you going to work? What time are you getting off? Are you feeling bad today? Why don't you reply to my messages? Are you free tomorrow? Let me take you to dinner." These phrases are boring and repetitive. Women won't be interested in them. A man who is focused on self-improvement and has aspirations will never be desperate and clingy toward a woman. If you keep pestering a woman, it will make you seem like you have a strong agenda. Most of the time, such behavior is ineffective. Your concern won't make her think you're a considerate, warm guy. Instead, it will make her feel like you're annoying and only trying to please her. Only those who are seriously lacking in love might take the bait. So, what men should really do is stand up, change, and improve themselves. Don't be the kind of simp that others look down on and you also dislike. Of course, this doesn't mean you should go to the other extreme and become someone who despises women. That's also extreme, and none of these behaviors are what a truly charming man should do.
In recent years, more and more men have started to wake up, and the simp economy has come to an end. In the past, on Valentine's Day, hotel lobbies were often bustling with people, full of life. However, this year's Valentine's Day was as quiet as Mount Tai. If your girlfriend gave you a pack of 100 yuan cigarettes, you might still show it off in front of your friends. But if you were to give her a 100 yuan gift, she would back away immediately. Clearly, that gesture isn't enough to impress her. Men have gradually realized that spending 100 yuan to make themselves happy is perfectly fine. But spending that same amount on a gift for a girl will only result in her dissatisfaction and disdain. In reality, if you don't have a girlfriend, you could never spend all your money. You've already bought the car you like, and you already own everything you want. Many men spend 2,000 to 3,000 yuan on a meal for a girl on Valentine's Day, and the girl will post a photo on her social media.
In the end, men are waking up and realizing that the juice was never worth the squeeze and they don't want it in their lives. This is why 100 million leftover women are in despair as the simp economy collapses. Let me know your thoughts. We'll talk about it in the comments. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA, men walking away, and cheers.
Nothing says you care like crypto. Nothing can compare. Nothing says you care like crypto. Oh, nothing can compare to crypto.